Good morning, everyone. Let's begin with a simple question. Have you ever felt stuck when thinking about which college or major to choose after high school? For many applied English students, this decision is not easy. We have many options such as language, business, education, or tourism. Instead of feeling free, many students just feel lost, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Our topic is when choice becomes pressure, applied English student struggles. My name is Nancy, and this is Ray Heidi. In this presentation, we will talk about the pressure that applied English students face when choosing a college or major. Also, we will talk about how this pressure affects their decision about future. To guide you through our research, here an overview of our presentation structure. We organize it into 5 main parts. First, introduction. Second, literature review. Third, methods. Fourth, findings. And final is conclusion. Now, let's begin with the first part, introduction, where we explain the background and motivation for our study. In today's education system, students are given more choice than ever before, different major, program, and the future path. Instead of feeling empowered, many students just feel overwhelmed. Especially for applied English students, the pressure to make the right choice only leads to confusion, hesitation, and stress. And this is the background that led us to explore our topic. Today, students are faced a wide variety of courses and major options. For example, as shown here, students might have to choose between business and language. While having choice is good, but too many options can actually lead to stress and anxiety. This is what's known as choice overload. Because we are students in the Department of Applied English, like many of you, we have same confusion and hesitation when facing choice about future. Through our study, we hope to understand these difficulties and help students like us find a clear path forward. To better understand these challenges, our study focuses on 3 main purposes. First, we aim to explore how various factors affect students' education decision. Second, we hope to provide practical suggestions from teacher, counselor, and alumni to help students make more informed choices. And finally, we analyze the impact of choice anxiety from 10 to 12 grade students and teacher counselor. Next, Ray will take over to explain literature review in detail.
Thanks Nancy for her introduction. We'll initially look at the learning content of the Applied English department. According to the Foreign Language Curriculum Guidelines, the curriculum emphasizes the importance of digital literacies, business management skills, and the cross-cultural communications. In response to these goals, we do work on listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Next, let's move on to the further education options. Applied English students generally have several ways to continue their education, such as recommendation, application, entrance exams, and then we can choose between 4-year technical programs and 2-year colleges. We also cited the 2025 TLHC Applied English application data, showing how students split their choices after graduation. So the largest group is the business with 33 students. Next is the foreign language with 25 students. Finally, 17 students choose other debt. Because there are so many choices, our 2 main issues appear: choice overload and the psychological stress. So first, choice overload. When students are facing a lot of options, they often feel confused and they don't know what to choose. This causes psychological stress. Students may sweating, dizziness, and hard to breathe. However, they are through some treatment like medicine, music therapy to heal themselves. And there are also some ways to reduce their psychological stress. But this didn't help them to eliminate the main problem, choice overload, in a short time. In short, the literature shows that applied English students experience psychological stress caused by choice overload when facing a lot of learning and the future options. So next, Hedy will introduce the method part.
Thank you, Ren. Now let's move on to our research method. We invited students and alumni from the Applied English department and also interviewed a teacher counselor for professional advice. We mainly use questionnaire to collect data. It focuses on two key areas: student difficulty in making decisions and the psychological factors that influence those decisions. We also conducted interviews to gain deeper insights into student real struggles and feelings. Now let's move on to our findings. First, we explored how different factors affect students' education decision. We collected responses from 170 applied English students at TLGC, including students from OER level and some graduates. This makes our results quite good. The results shows that interests and career goals are the main reason behind most students with grades, family, and peers also influencing them. Next, we focus on practical suggestions to help students make better decisions. Each grade needs different guidance. Grade 10 students explore interests, grade 11 students build skills, and grade 12 students set goals and prepare for exam. Graduates supported this. Nothingness of the exploration built confidence and reduced stress in the two decisions. Both the teacher counselor and the alumni get similar advice. They all focus on three things: knowing themselves, building skills, and setting goals. In short, the earlier students explore, the more confident they will be about their future. Now let's move on to our third purpose: analyzing the impact of choice anxiety on mental health. Choosing further education is a big source of stress for applied English students, and it affects how they think and decide. Our interview showed many students in their third year, they don't want to start English, but feel anxious because it was too late. Some change program quickly, others stay stuck. Stress really affects decision. Next, Ray will talk about the conclusion.
Thank you, Hedy. Now, let's move on to our conclusion of our project. In this part, we will share problems we found and the suggestions for improvement. For grade 10 students, they lack of clear study goals, so we suggest starting self-exploration early to find their interests and directions. Another issue is the lack of real experience to support their decision-making. So we suggest grade 11 students try different field events and activities to build up their skills, then gain confidence. For grade 12 students, the biggest problem is the stress from choosing a university and the major. So we suggest making decisions based on their abilities and interest. So to finish, Nancy will give the closing remark.
Thank you, Ray. In conclusion, with good guidance and self-understanding, students can find clear direction for their future. They can make wiser choices and move forward with confidence.
We hope our study guides students to a brighter future.
This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.